Good morning. You're on with the Legal Eagle.
Yeah, one question. If my tree falls on my neighbor's fence, it's an act of God, lightning hits it, does my insurance cover it, or does his insurance cover it? Same with his. If his tree falls on my fence, how does that work? Whose insurance covers what? And everybody always wonders that. I think it's the opposite way around. His insurance company would have to cover my fence, and my insurance company, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, that's the Legal Eagle.
Yeah, the question is, the insurance companies get really oinky on this depending upon the amount of the claim. And the homeowner may want to be cautious about this, too. Does it change the rates that they're going to pay next year when they
Did you just
buy
say
insurance?
oinky?
Oinky. Okay. That's what I said. I've lost him now. But yes, they get really oinky about this, and they get really upset. What will happen here, if you have a tree, it will be claimed that it was, planted so close to your neighbor's yard that you should have known that your tree, if it falls over, is going to fall on their fence and wreck it. And while it's an act of God, perhaps, in other words, outside the control of everybody, and it's in nature's course that lightning strikes the ground, someone will come along and say, well, you knew that lightning strikes the ground. We've got proof that it struck the ground 1,600 times in this county in the last month. I mean,
I get calls, by the way, from legal types all the time asking about weather statistics like you just mentioned.
Well, and
I'll say, how the heck could I know that?
Well, there's ways to find that out. But back to the point at hand, as the listener has asked, it's a good question. Let's say you got a tree that drops walnuts or ugly pecans or leaves or something else. If it's a natural byproduct and it's something that's going to occur all the time in nature, you as a person living on a property that is partly occupied by a tree over on your land, you can make the argument that the tree over my land is a trespass of sorts, and when it goes bad, I want some coverage for this. I shouldn't have to be picking up pieces of my fence when this tree falls down. They'll ask the question, did you ever tell the neighbor to trim the tree so that it doesn't lean over? Could you require the neighbor to trim the tree because it's going to fall over and break the fence? These are all questions that come out in a trial. Wow. So the basic understanding will be that if you have your neighbor's tree fall and break your fence, you're going to make a claim to the neighbor. Please get this fence repaired. If you don't, I'm going to have to turn it over to my insurance company, who's going to sue you to get repaid, because I'm going to claim that it's damage done, certainly nothing that I did, but here's covered wind damage. See, if you don't have wind damage coverage, the insurance company will say, well, how did the tree fall over on your fence?
I say fix the fence.
Well, but if it's wind damage and there's no coverage for wind damage, you're out of luck.